Hi everyone, my name is Casey Gray and this is my introduction speech for oral communications class. I am 25 years old, originally from Sugar Lake, Missouri. I now live with my husband and my two kids in Wathena, Kansas. So, in this introduction speech we're supposed to discuss with each other a little bit about our past, our present, and our future. So obviously first things first, I'm going to start with my past. Like I said, I'm originally from Sugar Lake, Missouri. My parents had 6 kids, so we had a big family. Lots of chaos, lots of fun. Very close family. That's always been very important to us. I loved elementary school. I made it through junior high, and I despised high school. I've been overweight my entire life, so that's never easy to have to deal with in high school. I have a passion for animals and art. I love to draw. I love to paint. I spent as much time in art class as they'd let me get away with, and that's really how I made it through school. At 17, I met my best friend, who just happens to be my husband. I know, cliche, but that's the truth. The past is always fuzzy for me to think about until I remember about the time we met, and then things just started clearing up. I don't know if that's me trying to forget some stuff or if that's really the way we worked, but he really is my best friend. So we bought our first house a couple weeks before I graduated high school, and we lived the bachelorette life for a while and then decided to buckle down. We bought a little farmhouse outside of town in Wathena, Kansas, and tried to start having a family. Unfortunately, that didn't go as well for us as it usually does for everybody else that I know. Finally, though, we were blessed with 2 kids. I have a soon-to-be 3-year-old daughter, Aurora, and a 2-year-old, or soon-to-be 2-year-old, they'll be 2 in February, son, Jack. They're about 15 months apart, so lots of fun there. And so the object that I got to portray my past is this shadow box that my mom made for me. Like I said, my husband obviously is a big part of my life, so that represents my past. He had been there from high school on, so he really was a pretty big part of my life in the past. So now we're going to move on to the present. Like I said, I have he's 18 months, and my daughter, who will be 3 in October, and that's my present. And the object that I have for you to kind of show a little bit about my present is this toy train. It's a learning toy. That's the reason why I chose this, because I feel like now I'm in the part of my life where I'm learning a lot about myself. The past several years have been dedicated to starting a family and then raising my 2 young kids. So the focus has finally been able to go a little bit back on ourselves as individuals. And like I said, I hated high school, and I swore I'd never go back to school. That was something that I was very, very intent on. And then I realized that I was letting other people control my life, and so I made the big leap and I'm going back to school, and lost about 30 pounds over the last few months. So focusing a little bit more attention back on myself, learning more about myself, I decided to go back to school because I found photography. That with 2 small kids, drawing and painting just isn't something that happens often, because number 1, I don't have the time, and number 2, my house would be constantly covered in paint if I left my paints out. So photography was something that I developed about the time my daughter was about 6 months old, and I'd take her out to the studio and she'd get her pictures taken, and then I'd pay an arm and a leg to have prints done. And then I said to myself, why am I not doing this myself? I have a little bit of an artistic eye, and I tried it and I loved it, and I still love it today, and that's been a little over a year. So now I take pictures of other people's families and give them the kind of pictures that I wished I had when my kids were little of our family. So that's very fun for me. I enjoy playing the housewife role. We have chickens and goats and horses, and I love the farm life, the simple farm life. It's wonderful. So my future, the thing that I have for you is a business card. And the reason why I chose this is because I think I'm scared of success a little bit, and as I'm devoting my time and my attention a little bit back towards me, even though obviously it's still 99% on my family and my kids. That's one thing that I've noticed, that a lot of times I give it my all, and even though I'm going with full force, I pull back a little bit. Like maybe I'm scared of succeeding and scared of being happy, completely happy. So my business card that's something that so far I've given a lot of time and effort and stuck with it, and I love it. It lets me express myself artistically, and it's something that I hope continues. And other than that, my future is really about myself and my kids and my family, my farm. I call it my little piece of paradise, and that's the truth. I love taking care of my animals and taking care of my husband and taking care of my kids and finally taking care of me. So that's really all there is to know about me. I hope I haven't bored you too much, and I look forward to getting to know a little bit more about you guys too. So thanks.